and welcome to another live stream. Hopefully this is all working okay. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've done one of these. I don't know, when was the last time I did a stream, guys? It's been a while. It's been over a month. I'm quite tired, by the way, so if I look a bit awful, it's because I'm shattered. But I'm going straight to bed after this. Let me see if I can sort this out. The camera looks a little bit low. How is everyone doing anyway? How is Amazon been going for everyone? How has the month of January been going? Let me just quickly put a quick chat out. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully there's someone out there who's actually watching and listening to this. So, yeah, I've been in Dubai for a month. So, yeah, I've been... didn't stream out there, I decided. Hey guys, oh, there we go. Cool. Looks like we're the live chat's going. Hey Bert, how's it going? Hey Gamer Guy. Hey Empire. Hey Razcom. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Hey Snappy. Good to see some good regular faces there. Just catch up with the Discord chat here. Hey Rayanne. Hey MTT. Hey Matt, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. And hey Matt Fisher. Thanks as well. Oh, I'm getting a warning from you. I always get a warning from YouTube. Wow, we've got a good crowd today. Thanks, guys, for joining. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Michael. Hey, I think Raz Voidy said hey to you. Hey, Nadim. Hey, Joshua. Wow, good crowd today. How was Dubai? Dubai was amazing, although I'm a tiny bit jet lagged, I guess. Hey, Golden Boy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Dubai's amazing, guys. Like nice weather. It's not like the prettiest city, I guess. It's like one big construction site, but it's an amazing place, to be honest. Full of opportunity, and for me, just the nice weather was a big thing about Dubai. Razcom says, would you recommend me to go, and what is it like? Yes, I would definitely recommend you go. There's all sorts of things to do there. I didn't necessarily go and do a lot of tourist things, but I just enjoyed, I guess, just the city itself, just walking around, enjoyed the nice weather, hung out with Spence and a few people, Jacob and and Sam and Josh. So it was good to hang out with those guys who some of them live out there. Did I enjoy my £45 Sunday lunch? So yeah, nearly every Sunday we went to a place that does like a Sunday roast. And look, it's good. Is it worth 45 quid? I don't know. The last one was, they were not very well prepared. So yeah. Have I tried Dubai chocolate? Actually, yes. I bought some when I was there, but I got some like Reese's, not Reese's cup. I got some like peanut butter one. I didn't really like it. It was okay. But I bought some back for my family, and we actually tried some of the Dubai chocolate yesterday, the pistachio one, and they all thought it was delicious, and I thought the same as well. So, yeah, Cheesecake Factory. So I ate out quite a lot, but yeah, I didn't actually go to kind of too many unusual restaurants, which I would normally, not unusual restaurants, but like maybe local restaurants. I went to a few Italians, Cheesecake Factory a few times. Where else did I go? God, I can't remember now. A few like American sort of places. Got a place called Hurricanes, which does like the biggest portions you could ever imagine. It was just horrendous, to be honest, like American portions. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. So I went to we did like a beach club, not a beach. It might have been. I don't know. It was a club outside. That was pretty cool. Me and the Spence and that lot, we got a we got like a table service with a bottle of Grey Goose, which was ridiculously expensive. But you gotta treat yourself every now and then. It was good fun, but it was yeah, that was insane. I think it was like 1,000 quid at the end, something stupid. So, but we got one of the best tables in the club, so it was okay. Let me catch up with everyone. Hey Jacob, thanks for jumping on. Anyone else? So yeah, definitely recommend going to Dubai, guys. It is I don't want to be too negative about the UK, but UK just feels like a bit meh right now. Don't get too political, but Dubai just seems like it's full of opportunity. There's a lot of very wealthy people there, people who make a lot of money, people who want to build businesses out there. Obviously, you can see that the government and the leaders are putting a lot of money into growing that country and encouraging entrepreneurs and business people to move out there. So I don't know, when you feel like that, it feels all very positive. There are some downsides, we won't go into those too much, but yeah, it's just it's a cool place to visit, I think, and live. I mean, I've been there for a month, so it's not really like living there, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So but like live streaming, for example, that's a whole like iffy situation. Are you allowed to do it? Are you not? It's kind of blocked by VPN. You have to use a VPN because it's blocked. So that's why I didn't do live streaming there. I didn't want to end up in jail, never to see the light of day. But yeah. So Cheesecake Factory going. Yeah. So yeah, and of course everything's super expensive out there already. So apart from water, that's cheap. Petrol's cheap. Pretty much everything else is expensive. But yeah, so whereas I was saying, I found it in Morrison's. Oh yeah, okay. Didn't realize you get it in the UK. I'd never even heard of it until I'd gone out there. Apparently, it's like big on social media, all this like Dubai chocolate stuff. And to be fair, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. It's horrendously bad for you, but it is pretty tasty. So yeah, how much did I spend? Ooh, 5K probably, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was about 2,500 on accommodation and maybe about 2,500, and then I got the flight as well, maybe 6,000 ish. I don't know, between 5 and 6, I think, something like that for the month. So not the cheapest holiday, but yeah. But you spend a bit more. I don't know, like the local, like the best like supermarkets to go to. So the one I went to was just like the local one. It's like basically like a mini Waitrose, pretty expensive. Obviously, if you live there, hopefully you get a car and you'll be able to go to like the proper supermarkets, things like that. So that would probably save you money. But yeah, I spent a lot of money, to be fair. Now I think about it. I think the truffle pizza, that was pretty good. Like, we had to get the spend up, and I actually thought it was pretty good. But I was quite hungry, though. So when you're hungry, yeah. So when we were in the club, you had to spend, I can't remember how much it was now. It's like 4,000 dirham, I think, which is like just shy of £1,000, essentially. And I think with the bottle of Grey Goose was like 3,800 dirham or something like that. And then we had to like, spend more money to get that minimum spend up. So I was hungry, so I got the pizza, which is like a truffle pizza, which was like, I think it was like 40, 50 quid. It was actually pretty good though for a club. I thought it was pretty nice, and a few other bits as well. So yeah, it was expensive. That was. But yeah. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Hey Julie, how's it going? If you guys got any Amazon questions, by the way, feel free to throw them out there. but yeah, so Rad's saying quite easy to move out there. Went to Switzerland for New Year's. It was amazing. We left the EU, so that's off the cut. Yeah, so that's one downside of the EU. There's very few places that you can kind of just move to without, like, I guess, getting a job out there and getting sponsored. Like, my ultimate place to go is Australia, but unless I get a job in a something, even then, if you get the job, you have to work for like 5 years to get the experience or more. My only way to get to Australia is to basically buy my way in, and I need millions of dollars to do that. So I'm not prepared to spend my millions of dollars on getting into Australia. So yeah, I guess where else can you move really? I mean, there's a few places, but a lot of places are quite difficult to get into. Dubai's pretty easy in general. So yeah, there's a lot of people who move there. A lot of rich people and a lot of poor people. Who go and work and send money home. So, how are my January FBA figs? MTT's asking. I made about £2,000, so I basically didn't even look at STK or adjust anything or do anything or buy any stock in January. I was very lazy. I feel like January is like a month that most Amazon sellers kind of like chill, because we've gone so hard during Q4 that January is like the relaxing month almost. It shouldn't be, but that's what it feels like. And I was actually speaking to Chris at Warehouse Goblins today, and he was saying January was quite quiet for his prep center. So, yeah. I don't know if everyone feels that same way, but everyone's kind of like collecting their money back and just, I don't know, maybe just yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But then I know some of the bigger sellers just spend a fortune still in December, and then January's a big month for them. So, Yeah, I went to the shopping mall in Dubai. That was interesting. They've got like a massive shopping mall that it's just enormous. I nearly died walking around that place. It was just like trying to find the exit at the end as well. I don't know how many shops they've got, but it's I don't know how don't even know how big it is. It's like 10 times the size of Meadowhall in Sheffield, basically. Like if not bigger. So yeah, it was good. Went to a few watch shops. I'm not a big shopper, so I more went to just go and like wander around, and just kind of like see what it was like. I don't really like shopping that much, really. But yeah, just wandered into a few watch shops. It was kind of they've got like an RM shop there, Richard Mille, interesting. Went to the Rolex shop. That was very disappointing. They wouldn't even let me try anything on. You know, they had obviously the exhibition models as normal. They wouldn't even let me try them on. But then I wandered into Tiffany store because I'd never seen a Tiffany store before. And they were obviously very bored because there was no one in there. I ended up chatting to one of the salesmen, and he was just showing me a few of the things. I mean, it's just jewelry, not very exciting, but yeah, I saw this kind of interesting ring that was like a yellow diamond, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. How much is that? And he's like, oh, it's like £1 million. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll take a picture. It's like, we can just get it out for you. You can hold it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I held it, and the most expensive thing I've ever held in my life. But yeah, they just let you hold it, basically. No problem. Like £1 million. Just like, sure. You don't get that in the UK, I guess. You need like armed security or something. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I did in the mall, actually. They've got the aquarium there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool place. But yeah, if you like shopping, a great place to go. I'm not a big shopper. Jacob saying was feeding it to you like an airplane. You were desperate to feed. Yeah, I think you had some sort of like fetish about feeding me that pizza. You're just trying to get rid of it. Oh man. So Joshua is, yes, get back to Amazon. Yeah, so Joshua is asking, what's the minimum you recommend to get started with online arbitrage? Wondering if I have enough to start. Look, the more the merrier, pretty much, is the rule in Amazon FBA, but a minimum of probably about £1,000. And that's just mainly, you're going to make some money, but you're going to be learning the process, and hopefully you can take money from your job, put that back into the Amazon FBA. But you start with £1,000, you start getting some stock in, you start selling, you start realizing this whole opportunity is real, and you can make money. And then normally people then put more money in. They might utilize credit cards carefully to maybe supplement that slightly. They put money in from their job every month, maybe a few £100s, whatever they can do. Other savings as well, and then you just build it up slowly. But obviously, the more you can start with, the better. But £1,000 generally, you can start with less. But the problem is you've got subscription costs like Amazon's £30 a month, just like to sell on Amazon. You've got SellerAmp, which is, how much is SellerAmp, guys? Like £20. Link for all these, by the way, in the description. SellerAmp, I guess I'm going to say $20 a month. And maybe SDK as well is like £30 a month. So all these things will eat up your profit if you've got less than sort of £1,000, really. It's a tricky one. So so Razcom saying, want to go to Australia too. We'll have to get on the skilled visa list. Yeah, but I don't want to be doing that as a love ecom. Yeah, it's a tricky one, really. They are very strict in Australia. My brother tried to get in as a software engineer, but just even though he's got 10 years experience, just couldn't get in, basically. Yeah, it was a bit crazy. Hey, AB28, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming on. How many views? We've got a lot of people on today. It's pretty awesome. Okay, cool. 32 concurrent viewers. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty sick. What was our peak then? I can't even see because I'm too zoomed in. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys all coming on. And there's obviously a bit of pent-up energy there to watch me do a live stream. Next time I go to Dubai, I'm already planning my next trip. Possibly going to move there full time. I'm not sure yet. I will just stream out there, I think. I just have to figure it out. Because I do enjoy doing these live streams. Let's have a look here. Nathan saying, do you use the buy value as seen as Cogito in your SellerAmp and times by 1.2 for tax? Yeah, essentially, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you go to checkout, it adds the VAT on for you. But yes, essentially, that excluding VAT price, you do the excluding VAT price times 1.2 will give you the VAT value. And to go the other way around, take the price that's including VAT divided by 6, and that will give you the VAT, and you can take that off that amount. So that's how you figure it out, basically. But yes, that's exactly what I do. I do everything including VAT, even though I'm a VAT registered seller. My setup's a little bit weird here. I don't know. I'm not looking at the camera very well. I took my camera with me, so I had to set it all up quickly to get the live stream sorted again. So, yeah, I'll have to adjust that later. Yeah, absolutely. Hit the likes. Thank you. Appreciate that, MTT. Thank you. Yeah, hope you get some more people in here. Let's just blow it up. So Nathan's saying I have tax registered setting already on Seller Amp, so I wasn't sure if I still needed the calculation for the buy costs. Yeah, you need to put obviously your buy cost as including VAT. Yeah, so that's the way Seller Amp works. Hey Brad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. How's it going? How's your month going? Well, you ran into a problem today, didn't you, Brad? Which kind of sucked, but hopefully it won't deter you from carrying on doing Amazon. We always run into these issues on Amazon, unfortunately. Hey Neil, how's it going? Let's have a look. When you're sourcing the majority deals now, so to be honest, since Q4, I've not really sourced anything. I'd say I took January off. I'm getting back to it now. I did do a big order on Cogita actually. What day was it? End of Jan, I think. I spent 23,000 on one order, something like that. So that came in stock, and I was like, well, I'm going to buy it. But beyond that, I've not really bought anything. So I think I've made 2 orders in January, actually. So, yeah, I'll be doing Cogita. I'll be doing OA. I'm going to try and dabble into wholesale more as well. Yeah, that's probably my plans for this year. Trying to push wholesale a bit more, I think. Wholesale, I think, I kind of like that model. Although one thing I don't like is Amazon being Amazon. Sometimes they, delete listings or kick you off listings. You don't want to go too deep necessarily on products. Although I've just gone massively deep on a product last month, like ridiculously deep. But yeah. So Leah's saying, what's the deets on writing role you've advertised? There's no like formal I guess like job description or anything like that. It's just if someone wants to write some articles, about anything to do with Amazon, and put them on my blog. So I've started a website, fbamogul.co.uk. I'm just going to write some blog posts myself, put some guides in there, and obviously it'd be good to maybe have other people there's only so much I can write. Put some stuff in there if they want to. We'll figure out not a reward, a pay structure maybe that is good for everyone basically, or we can give you obviously get credit as well. So yeah, I'll try and build that up because blog posts are still a good way to get traffic and people in and help people get into Amazon. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly. DM me and we can discuss it. If you're interested in writing any articles, if you're just starting out on Amazon, you want to write something about your experience, or if you want to talk about something like new in Amazon or whatever, really. It's all interesting stuff, isn't it? So, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be written in there, like guides and things as well. So I actually did that on the plane. It was very good to have Wi-Fi on the plane, so I was able to write and do some writing on the flight home. So Matt's saying, I've just started 7-day free trial Arborsource to help with sourcing as my time is super limited. Any tips of categories to start with, or which are generally more profitable than others? I wouldn't necessarily right now worry about a particular category. I'd actually maybe cast your net very wide when you're new, and then you can over time see where you have the most success, what you kind of enjoy, where you've made your most profit, all that kind of stuff, where you've had the least amount of hassle, and go from there. Obviously health and beauty is a big one. But yeah, toys can be a big one as well. I mean, there's so many categories out there. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. And I think I don't know how actually wide Arborsource goes in all the different websites. Obviously, they've got hundreds of websites they scan, but yeah, I just start with like casting a wide net and go from there, and just seeing where you have the most success. And you might be surprised where you end up. Like I end up doing sneakers, for example. I actually was on randomly on TikTok. and saw there was another UK seller actually, and he was talking. I saw in his warehouse, and he had sneaker boxes, Nike boxes, on his shelf. And I was like, I've not actually seen many people do Nike sneakers in the UK, so I've already just ruined it for everyone by mentioning it now. But yeah, that's what I did for a long time, and yeah, I never expected to go down that route, but they were pretty profitable. Return rates are pretty high, but you kind of factor that into the profit, and yeah, it was pretty good. So you don't know where you're going to end up. And I've done Amazon to Amazon. I've done sneakers are kind of like a low volume business, but high profit. So you might not, each listing might only sell 5, 10, 15 a month, but you're making £30 profit a pair. I've then also gone the total other direction in Q4, where I'm all about volume and, maybe lower profits. So I've done like both of those, kind of like slower but higher profit, faster moving, lower profit. Which one do I prefer? I don't know. They both got their benefits, and it's good to churn your money, I guess. That's one good thing. But if you find a profitable niche though, and you can make money, then, and other people are avoiding that category as well, which they were with sneakers. Everyone was avoiding it, and you can do that. But yeah, that's something you kind of discover as you go. So yeah, Brad ran into an issue where essentially one of the things you got to be careful, guys, when you're selling a brand, you got to make sure that the actual brand that's Amazon have listed it for, or who is actually like the brand on it's like under the description, it's not the title. Make sure that brand matches up. So if you're going to sell Nivea, for example, you want to make sure that the brand on that listing is Nivea, not FBA Mogul, for example, because people can create their own brand. I could create the brand FBA Mogul on Amazon, and I could sell Lego, I could sell Nivea. I could create a listing for like a Lego set, and it'd be my brand. And if you get IP'd, then Amazon's going to want an FBA Mogul thing on the invoice, And most reasons why people do that is because they want to try and keep that listing to themselves. So it's a whole mess, really. I don't know why Amazon allow it, but yeah, it's naughty that they allow it anyway. That you can, well, essentially, I can create a listing under the brand of FBA Mogul for a Lego set. It just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I don't know why Amazon allow it. But yeah, and that's why you get people doing like unique bundles. So maybe they'll do like a Lego set with maybe like a building tray, for example. And they'll sell them as like a pair under their own brand. That's, I guess, a little bit more legitimate. But most people don't like do something good they'll sell like an iPhone, for example, and they give like a cleaning cloth as a way to get around like putting it as their own brand. So they basically add like a tiny little extra on, which really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Another one that I see a lot actually is, and it's terrible. I mean, I did Easter eggs last year during Easter, obviously. And you'll see that there's like 20 different listings for the exact same Easter egg. And they'll like all have like a free gift of like a Happy Easter card, or it's just rubbish. And you end up with all these listings, all under these different brands, all for the same Cadbury's egg. Yeah, so it's one of those kind of things where Amazon, I don't know why they allow it. I think they are cracking down on this kind of thing, but yeah, anyway. Went off on a tangent there, sorry. But yeah, Leo, get in touch with me if you want to do some writing and do some blog posts or whatever. That'd be pretty awesome. So Mohammed's saying, outside Coogee, what's your main business model? OA, RA, or wholesale? Yeah, OA. I'm pretty much all OA. I've done a tiny bit of RA here and there where maybe someone says, oh, there's a great deal. Like this time last year, or actually earlier, in January last year, there was a big sale of Lego at Tesco's. So I went down, and that was a great sale, to be fair. That was a really good sale. But I've not done RA since probably then, actually. So RA only was maybe 1% of my sales lifetime, maybe even less. And 90% of it has been OA, and then with Amazon to Amazon as well. And then I just guess like the other like 8% or whatever is now wholesale. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, mostly OA. The deals are out there. Someone actually messaged me today. I don't know if you're on, but it's he was saying, oh, there's like no deals to find. I'm like, you've been searching for like one day, mate. Yeah, there are deals out there. It just takes a while to find them. But no, it's all good, mate. Mohammed, it's fine, no problem at all. So MTT says that Nike seller is in your Discord. No, I don't think he actually even sold sneak. So this is the crazy thing, right? I mean, I'm kind of happy to reveal it now because I don't really do them anymore. I probably should be, but I just don't. You get all these sneaker sellers that like built big sneaker businesses during sort of COVID times and maybe a little bit afterwards, where they were able to get all the hype sneakers and stuff, and they built decent sized sneaker businesses, winning raffles and stuff. I guess they'd sell them on eBay and Facebook and whatever. They'd have their own website, and then that obviously business died down, and then they get into Amazon FBA, and then they wouldn't do sneakers, even though they had all that knowledge. I really wanted to say to them, like, why don't you do sneakers? But I didn't want them to jump in when I was already in it myself. That was like one of the very few secrets that I kept about this business, is just because I just didn't want to hurt myself. But yeah, I've run into a few people like that who just didn't make that connection. But it's also because the common knowledge of everyone says is like, don't do sneakers, don't do apparel because the return rates are too high. And yeah, they are, that 15%. But you make loads of profit on the unit, so who cares? Yeah, it's but yeah, I don't think he actually does sneakers. He might do now though, because I was speaking to him about it 6 months ago. But yeah. Hey Dom, how's it going? Yep, I'm back. I was feeling pretty tired earlier, but now I'm okay actually. So talking to you guys has refreshed me. So what kind of stock you buying for Q1, Q2? I actually don't. This is such a tough question. I don't know what is like good stock to buy in Q1 really. Apart from just like general stuff. I don't think, like, obviously when it comes to Q4, gift sets, perfumes, toys, all that kind of stuff, and obviously the hot tickets, basically the hot items. In Q1, I don't have an answer for what is like a good category to sell. Maybe health and fitness, but nothing really like, I don't know, like, obviously in Q4, like, perfumes go from like doing 50 sales per month, like 1,000 sales per month, like they jump up massively. But the rest of the year though, nothing goes up crazily really, unless like there's some like hype around it. In Q2, towards the end of it, you can start to think more about summer items like sunscreen and things like that. Things that take on holiday and stuff like that. Again, they don't do as well in Q4, but it's a difficult one really. Generally, you just kind of just sell your usual stuff pretty much. But yeah, like obviously sunglasses, things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one really. I just say, like, in general, you should have like your base level of stuff that you sell year round, and then when Q4 comes along, still do those. But then, I've totally lost my train of thought here because I was looking at myself on the screen there. But yeah, then obviously in Q4, then obviously like jump on the hype items like perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets, etc. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that because it's really annoying me. I just noticed myself waving my hand around. But yeah, so it's such a tricky question. I don't know. Obviously, like Valentine's Day, you could say like, well, perfumes perfumes, I guess, aftershaves as well, I suppose. But when I look at the data, they don't actually like shoot up as much as you might think. That kind of stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a tricky one really. So I don't have a good answer for you apart from just anything and everything. My F-up's going to be on YouTube forever. Yeah, don't worry, Brad. We all make those kind of mistakes. It's absolutely fine. So hopefully you'll get out of it unscathed. That's the main thing. Joshua, when you're rich, Brad, yeah, exactly. So exactly. AB28 says, can I use different email to order from to get around OA limits? Will this be acceptable for Amazon but also invoices? Absolutely fine. The only thing you need to make sure when you're ordering from an online website is that your billing address matches your Amazon account. So, and obviously that's your business address as well, basically. So if you're a sole trader, then obviously it'll be just like your name at your home address or whatever. If you're a limited company, it'll be your limited company name, which, at your home address or whatever your address is for your business. That always needs to be the billing address on any invoice. Now, this obviously causes a problem. When you're doing OA and you're doing multiple orders and multiple accounts, you can have a different email address, you can have different whatever, cards, but that billing address needs to be the same. And that's the way they can link all these different things, like essentially the postcode and what things like that. So you can maybe jig things slightly. Like if you live in an apartment, maybe you could put flat, things like that. But, it's tricky. But yes, one way to get around order limits is just to create multiple accounts. But like I say, you have to have that billing address the same. But you can use different email, you can use different card, doesn't matter, as long as it's obviously within your business. Otherwise, it can become a nightmare for accounting. But yeah, it's just that billing address that needs to be the same. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Would you buy from a Nike outlet? I have done already, yes. With some limited success. I mean, I wasn't hardcore on the Nike outlets, but yes, you can do. I think when there's a good sale on, you can really make some good money. There are limits when you're buying from a Nike outlet store, though. They only let you buy 20 pairs of shoes in one day, which is fine to be. 30 pairs, I think. 30 pairs. But they only let you get, let me remember this, 5 of the same style and only 2 of each size. Those are the limits. And when I say style, that involves every single color of that particular style. So if there's like an Air Jordan, let's say, for example, and it comes in like 5 colors, you can't get 5 of each color. You can only get 5 total. So maybe 1 green, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 black, 1 white, whatever like that. So yeah, but they'll let you know. The manager will basically they'll check it at the till. But yeah, so that's where it gets tricky. Really, is finding enough shoes that you can like hit that 30 maximum. But yeah, those are the limits they have anyway. Now they do. If you go to one of these stores, they do ones where the boxes are all good. You know, they're full boxes. They also have like the outlet ones around their kind of edge. Where you can get all sorts of random shoes like Air Jordans, things like that. Air Jordans are a good one, by the way. But they don't have the lids on the boxes, so they're kind of tricky to sell on Amazon. What would you? I always avoided those, but I see people selling them on eBay. In fact, I bought ones from eBay where they've come with no lid, and I'm like, I know they got this from the Nike outlet. They made some money off me, but whatever. But yeah, you can do that basically. So MTT, you're going to sell Easter eggs this year. I will if I can get them wholesale. So I was buying them from Asda when I did Easter eggs. I think the problem is everyone's kind of jumped on Easter eggs now, so there wasn't a huge amount of profit to be made. I bought them from Asda quite early on. I got a decent number, and then one day I went in to buy some more, and they were like, oh, there's a 6 limit. So yeah, I probably won't unless I can get them at wholesale for a good price. And you end up with all these crazy listings, as I mentioned, where again, it's really a bad experience for buyers, because you search for an Easter egg and you get the same Easter egg 10 times on different listings, all on different brands. It just looks awful. So Alex saying, when finding new sites and vetting them before buying, apart from checking VAT reg number, if they're UK based, how can you have faith that Amazon accepts invoices? That is a very tricky question, Alex. Yeah, I mean, this is a big worry I was thinking about in Q4, sort of between the 25th and the 25th of December and 6th of January. Essentially, Amazon seller support had their like Z team on. Normally, it's like the D team. And they were rejecting every invoice, including Notino invoices. I know one guy, a friend of mine, Adam, who was having Notino invoices declined for authenticity claims. I'm like, if you're not going to accept Notino, like, this is why I was like a bit worried. But I think it's just that period of time was a bad time. They're kind of back to normal now. But I was like, well, if you're not going to accept Notino invoices, then you really need to let us know what sites you're going to allow. It's a very tricky situation, really. And at the end of the day, the only way you're going to find out is by running into that problem yourself or by asking other people. But if you find a brand new site that no one else is sourced from, you're going to have to kind of like take that gamble yourself. Now, if they're legit business and they've got a website and they're contactable, and actually I heard an interesting story, by the way. Amazon do contact these sites sometimes for like authenticity claims and stuff, and they pretend to be you. So that's how they get around, like, because I always wondered, like, oh, if they contacted like Notino and said, hey, is this order number real or whatever, you know, data protection and stuff, they probably wouldn't be allowed to say. But apparently there's been transcripts out there that show that they call up and pretend to be you to get the information. Kind of interesting. So I don't know how often that happens, but it seems very dodgy. But yeah, it's a tricky one, to be honest. The best thing is to have a community like FBA Moguls. If you guys are not in there, by the way, which I'm sure you all are, there's a link for that in the description. It's the best Discord community for Amazon sellers in the UK. is ask people, hey, have you used this site? Is it legit? Have you had any problems with Amazon with it? Things like that. So, yeah. But other than that, though, it's a kind of tricky one, really. It's like a chicken and egg situation where you just don't know if they're going to accept it until you do it, basically. And then, yeah, it's a tricky one. Yeah, it's a good question, though, to be honest. And yeah, as Amazon have been getting a little bit stricter, I was a bit worried in that time period after Christmas. So MTT says, who are the main retailers that are tough on Amazon? Sellers. Boots is obviously essentially people who don't like, not just Amazon resellers, but resellers in general. Boots is a huge one. They hate resellers, so you'll get banned very quickly. I didn't even order that much from Boots, to be honest. Really didn't. Maybe 3 or 4 orders. I'm basically life banned on there now. I can't even order like a perfume for my mum for Christmas, like just one perfume. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Boots is a big one. I'm trying to think which ones really hate. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of like independent ones that seem to hate resellers as well. I can't really think off the top of my head like really bad ones. Maybe because I just kind of avoid them. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Like Notino, they let you order a decent number. I think I can't remember the exact amount. I think they say you can order 30 units in a 7 or 10 day period. I can't remember I've had to check the email, but they'll let you order up to 30 units. You can only do 10 per order, but you can do up to 3 orders of 10 once every 10 days. So I think that basically means you can get 30 units during that sale period, and then that's it. So some sites are really lenient, other ones are stricter, other ones have certain limits. You kind of find out when you go. I really need to release this Chrome extension that I've got, which tells you all this stuff. It's on my list to do. Yeah, so what's up with Amazon not showing fees? Or don't know what you mean, Saeed. Do you want to expand on that? Not showing fees. I'm not sure what you mean there, mate. Oh, not even on calculator. Yeah, not sure what you mean there, mate. I use SellerAmp to figure out my fees. So MTT says, when you sold Easter eggs, did you do it on your own brand or something actual? I did it on the actual brand because the idea of creating your own brand and selling it just seems so dodgy to me. I just didn't want to take that risk. So yeah, I do have my own trademark now actually, but I've never actually created a listing where I've actually done it like something like a branded item under my own brand because it just seems so dodgy. And I'm not that's just not my bag really. But yeah. So Mr. R, so on billing us, okay if director name mentioned on it, like director name, company name. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. No problem on that one. As long as it pretty much matches your seller account, so you're all good. So Anas, welcome by the way, is saying, can you tell me what is your total monthly profit from all Amazon products and how many total products you sell? Oh, bloody hell, okay. Let me have a look. So, this month is so bad, by the way. Like, I'm losing money this month. I'm clearing some stock at a loss. It's not good. So what was the question? Total monthly profit from all Amazon products and how many products. Last month I made about £2,000 profit. The previous month, and I took that month off basically. The previous month, let's look at December. I'll give you December because it's like the best month. Let me have a look. 1st December to 31st. Obviously some of the refunds have come in now. I need to admittedly take off some prep costs and things like that, but I made £24,528. Just take off $4,500, I guess, for costs. It's way too much, but whatever. So it's just call it 20,000 profit. So now that's not a typical month. Generally, I make 8 or 10 or something like that, I guess, a month. I'm quite lazy, to be fair. But yeah, something around those kind of numbers. So I could be making more, but I really don't put full-time effort into FBA. I'm really quite lazy. So you can make much. I could be making more, let's put it like that. But I prefer doing other things than just spending all my time doing Amazon. Like talking to you guys and doing my Discord community. But I hope that gives you an idea, basically. Let's just call it 5,000 to 8,000 as an average, I guess. So Empire saying, I have an auth claim. I've been sending the cookie and market 10 times, and are there any consequences? Just keep resending it over and over and over. It doesn't get resolved. I don't think so. No. I had one where it took me maybe not 10 goes, but it took me 5 or 6 goes, and they eventually accepted it. I guess you can just try and do the whole like renaming thing. Somehow modify the file slightly just so it looks like a new file. Don't actually like change any of the content, things like that. Yeah, I don't know, really. It's a tricky one, really. Amazon just sometimes don't accept these invoices, even though they're all legitimate. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's a tough one, really. The auth claim will go away after 6 months, by the way. So your stock will get destroyed if you've got any stock, by the way, which sucks. They'll eventually email you saying you've got 30 days before they destroy it. But yeah, eventually that auth claim will go away after 6 months. But I know some people that have literally bought items directly from the brand's website, tried to do the auth claim, and it got declined, and they couldn't get it through, even though it was bought directly from that brand's website. So go figure. Yeah, I'm not exactly selling Amazon now, am I? Yeah, Amazon's great, guys, apart from all these stupid little quirks about it, you know, so you just got to accept them. You can't, it's not all just good. There's the bad as well, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just part of the game. But yeah, Empire, I don't know what to suggest apart from maybe just changing up the invoices slightly. You could always just try sending. I always find a good trick actually was like if they ask me for like an invoice for authenticity, and I've got the Cogita and the marketplace one, I'll send them just the Cogita one because I know they're going to come back and say supplier. So when they come back and say supplier, I go, okay, cool, here you go. Here's the Cogita and the marketplace one. Just because otherwise it'll be like supplier. So that way you can go, hey, look, I've done what, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if it actually works or not, but it seems to work for me. Of the 1 or 2 times I've done it. The other trick you can do as well is if you get a parallel import claim, you just send them a Cogita invoice because it's UK address, even though their supplier might have been from another country. That's another trick I've done as well. So it's a bit, you know, but it works. So Matt's saying, if it makes you feel any better, Brad, I've just checked some products I've ordered today, and Amazon listing is a dupe. Instead of Funko store, it's Funko with no storefront. I think that'll be okay, mate. I think that is okay. You can DM me the ASIN potentially, and I apologise to the person who sent me the ASIN earlier. I've not looked at it yet. You might be okay on that one. I doubt someone's got a brand called Funko. Maybe they do. So I think you might be okay. Excuse me. Let's grab a drink. Cool. So Mr. I was saying billing address to match the exact company details on Amazon. First name, yeah. Last name limited. I mean, yeah, it should be fine. As long as it's pretty much that address, you know, it should be okay. I'm not going to give you, I don't know. Yeah, it's meant to match your address, basically. So, now, of course, the format might not be exactly the same, but, you know, pretty much should be okay, yeah. As long as it's pretty much the same address. If you got the name slightly, like you've put your director name and then the company name, or the company name and then director name, it's okay. As long as the company name's in there and you've got, you know, that's fine. Doesn't matter where it gets delivered to, but as long as that billing address matches your seller address. Yeah, I can't tell you exactly how much leniency there is in this because I just don't mess around with it too much. But yeah, I should be okay to tweak it slightly. So Alex saying, any specific types of products and categories you personally don't source to avoid certain IP claims, like a food and safety product? So yeah, interesting one. I don't generally avoid any kind of products or category for an IP. I would look at each brand individually and base, you know, my buying decision on that. Is that brand IP? I don't go, oh, there's something like football's their IP. That's not the issue. It's always going to be down to the brand. But when it comes to categories, there are certain categories where I'm like, I would have to be making a lot of money for me to sell them. A great one, I mean, gaming headsets is one where you get crazy high returns and they come back trashed or with dandruff on them or whatever. So if I'm selling those, I need to be making bank. Beard trimmers, you know, I've probably got a pile of beard trimmers. People use them, don't like them. I mean, what can I do with a beard trimmer? What's been used? It's has to go in the bin basically, or maybe you can eBay it, and I don't know, like for what, 5 or something. I don't know, like so. There's though again, if I'm selling those, I need to be making bank to make up for the ones that come back that I have to basically throw in the bin. Electric toothbrushes again, they kind of people use them, don't like them, send them back again. What are you gonna do with it? Clean it up, maybe eBay it. Probably better than a beard trimmer, to be fair. I think after the whole like U-Move situation with like the dog supplements and stuff, and I had the Holland Barrett what do you call them? Like some sort of like edible. Oh, what is it like? I can't remember what you call them now. And something from Holland & Barrett anyway, which you consume, humans consume, and that eventually got a recall. Holland, again, this is one downside of this thing is like Holland & Barrett did a recall on this product, and it was a very specific batch number. But all Amazon see is recall this product, and they just basically refunded the entire lot, basically. Even if because you don't know the batch number, essentially, neither do Amazon, so they're just going to refund the last 6 months or whatever. So I pretty much will avoid now anything like consumable by humans or pets, I think, for me. Not from an IP claim, but more from a product recall thing that could happen in the future. Amazon will just refund them all the customers' money, and you'll be out the money and the product. Those are probably the only ones I really avoid. And then when it comes to IPs, look at the brands. So MTT saying make sure I've not missed anything. MTT, any more U-Move? I've literally not heard a thing. I did my interview with Amazon, and I've just not heard a single thing from Amazon since then. So just the whole thing was a mess, basically. Not heard a single thing. Who knows? Have I decided where to invest 100k? Took up Amazon. You stick to 100k in Amazon. I've not decided what I'm doing yet. So I actually spoke to my VAs today and said, you know what, I might be scaling back Amazon. I might be quitting Amazon potentially and focusing on the education side. I might be doubling down Amazon. I'm really not sure yet. I've not made a decision. It's hard to give up because it's, I don't want to say easy money, but it is easy money, especially when you've got a few years under your belt on Amazon. It is, and you've got a bit of capital behind you. It is easy money, easy in inverted commas. But yeah, it's a tough one to give up. But you got so much time in the day to focus on certain things. So but yeah, I think I'll be carrying it on. The problem is I'm not gonna. Hard to limit myself really. I said 100k might be a good one to start and just limit myself to 100k, but I'm not that kind of person. If I see a deal out there, I want to buy it, and if it takes me over 100k, I don't know. It's a tricky one really. So I'm not deciding what I'm doing yet, but I really enjoy. I tend to do what I enjoy, and I really enjoy the Discord community. I enjoy doing YouTube and doing live streams, doing content. So that's where my main focus and effort is right now. And FBA is taking a little bit of a back burner to that. But if I can run it on, essentially what I need to do is build a good team of VAs to run most of it for me, and I'm just like the puppet master that looks after it. So that's probably a good way to do it and carry on doing Amazon FBA, but let other people run it. So I'm actually going to make a good video about this actually, of a good structure to do this. So I've not decided yet, unfortunately. I'm indecisive. So Matt says easily done. Mine was more obvious. You'll be fine, mate. DM me the ace and take a look at. No problem. I'll have a look afterwards, or maybe tomorrow. Depends how tired I am. Just need to put. No problem, mate. That's fine. Send that part to me exactly. So Jacob, another great thing that's going to help with running a business remotely, Amazon FBA business, is having someone to deal with all the returns, and Jacob has got a business that does that. So I've got a big part. There's actually you probably can't see it, there's a box just there of returns that arrived while I was away. So I need to send those to you. In fact, I just need to set your address as my return address. I just need to do that actually. I don't know why I've not done that. So stop getting the stuff delivered here. And still only 2 likes at 36 people watching. Everyone please hit the like button, And I just want to shout out Profitect Pro, by the way. They are sponsoring this video, so I do appreciate Profitect Pro for sponsoring. They're the best repricer as far as I'm aware for Amazon FBA. So it's the one that I use. It's got its quirks, I'm not going to lie, but it's pretty damn good. If If you want to use a repricer, check out Profitex Pro. I am a big fan of it. It made me a lot of money in Q4. Let's put it like that. So, but yeah. So Brad's saying double down, do it 100k a month. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's advantages to doing it, and one of the big ones, in fact, more than the money, there's one thing that's motivating me more to do it than the money, and that is the Amex points for the first class flights. Having now flown first class the first time, it is the only way to travel. It is really amazing. So, yeah, I don't want to run out of Amex points. I basically don't want to ever not travel first class ever again, basically. Yeah, so that's a good reason to carry on spending, I suppose. But yeah, the first class flight, it's just so good. It's luxurious. Let's put it like that. Makes traveling so much better. So Alex says, how many IPs do you find you get on average minimum a month doing numbers you do? Very few now, Alex, because I avoid brands that give IPs. Generally, the only time I get an IP is because I've got a listing that maybe I forgot to delete. Generally on an EU site, actually. And I've maybe not even sold it for like a year. And then I guess the listings have been sat there, and then I'll get an IP and I'm like, oh God, why didn't I delete that? So, excuse me, God. That's pretty much the only time I get them now. They don't come around very often. I'd say probably an average of one every couple of months. But I'm looking out for all those signs. Like, are they on the... So the signs for private label are, is the seller on the listing? Is one, the bigger signs. Are there any sudden drops on the keeper chart? Is another one as well. If it's a sponsored listing, potentially that could be a sign of IP. Could just be an indication. Obviously then asking other people if they had issues with that brand as well. I'm trying to think what other ones there are. I'm sure there's some others, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm a bit rusty on the old Amazon front, actually. So, yeah, MTT, what are the main tasks of your admin VA? So, just today, for example, I was on a call with RT Accounting, and my VAT return's due in like 2 days. And her job is going to be going into my Xero account and reconciling all my stuff for me. Other than that, though, she pretty much does... I don't utilize her fully, to be honest. I'm pretty bad. But she does, like, tracks all my purchases for me, chases invoices. That's the main thing, really, that I wanted an admin VA for, is chasing invoices. Making, basically on a spreadsheet, she basically tracks my purchases, chases the invoices, links those invoices, things like that. Expenses, obviously, purchases. Now she's got access to Xero. I'm going to give her... She hasn't actually got access to my Amazon account yet, but I'm going to get her hooked up to that as well. I just didn't want to do it in Q4. I just don't know. There's something about giving someone third-party access in Q4. I just didn't want to do it because I had so much stock in Amazon, and it was just like, it's just not worth the risk. Especially as she tried to sign in using my one of my other Amazon account. I was like, no. So yeah, she hasn't got access to that. But then obviously there'll be like chasing reimbursements, new reimbursement dashboard, by the way, tracking returns as well, making sure we're getting all the reimbursements. I use a third-party company for this stuff, but it doesn't hurt to have another pair of eyes on it as well. Like Amazon have got this new reimbursement thing. I'm going to do a video on this actually, but. Do I trust Amazon to tell me about all the money I'm owed, about all the stuff? No. It's like asking a fox to count your hens, in the hen house. Not a good idea. So while they might catch some of them, there's a few that they might not be, so willing to reimburse on or even acknowledge are reimbursable. So it's a good step forward, but it's not perfect. So you definitely want to use a reimbursement company that will be tracking these things yourself to collect the extra money you're owed. But yeah, trying to think what other tasks, whatever you want, basically. Essentially will be your, like, if you guys want an admin VA, by the way, check out Outsource Central. Say that I sent you. There's a link in the Discord community for them. So they do admin VAs, they do sourcing VAs. So the owner of that, it was one of the guys I was hanging out with in Dubai. He works really hard in his business. So yeah, their VAs are top quality. So Anas is saying, how many wholesale and PL products do you sell on Amazon in total? I might have missed it while you're listening, have mentioned it. I don't do any private label, and I only really do wholesale recently with Cogita. Sign up for that, link in description. Get £120 for free. But yeah, I don't know. I can't give you the exact numbers really. I gave some numbers about the profits. I think we said 24,000 in December. This month was like 2,000 because I wasn't working on Amazon really. An average of maybe 8 to 10 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, you can make as much as you want really. It all comes down to capital and the amount of effort you put in. So for me, I'm happy with where I am. Obviously, I'd like to make more, but I'm not willing to put the time in to do it. I've got other things I prefer to do. But yeah, in terms of those like breakdowns you're asking, I don't do private label, wholesale. Yeah, I can't really give you an exact number of products and stuff. Just don't know. Hundreds, I guess, yeah. So Luke is saying that I think the new business class BA is better than first class. Yeah, so I had a look at the business class when I was walking through it on the way in and out. It looked okay, but you just don't get as much space. Whereas on like the first class, you do get a lot of space. Now, when I was looking at the flights and booking the rewards flights, I can't remember if it was either the exact same point, pretty much the exact same points, or business class just wasn't available. I feel like business class is like people tend to pay for that more, and then first class is maybe just points. I don't know. I actually don't know. But yeah, when I was looking at a lot of them though, like either business class wasn't available or it was pretty much the exact same number of points as first. So I don't know. But yeah, first is good if you enjoy like the alcohol and things like that. The food's pretty good. I don't drink any of the alcohol, although I did treat myself to a glass of, not a whole glass, just a little bit of Baileys actually. I saw that, I was like, oh go on then, give me a Baileys. But yeah, so it wasn't that nice either. Hey AK, how's it going? So catching up with the chat. But yeah, so look, BA is not the best airline out there. Obviously, Emirates is way better, Qatar's better, but obviously you have to spend more points. And for those extra points that you spend, I think I'd rather have an extra flight. For me, it's not necessarily all the luxuries are nice and stuff. It's just about having that extra space and comfort and actually traveling in comfort. And obviously, while BA might not be the absolute best airline, it's still pretty comfortable. You know, you get loads of leg room. In fact, I was talking to Spence, who travels, he's the owner of Profit Suite, by the way, who travels Emirates, and he was actually saying, the leg room wise, BA is actually better than Emirates first class. So, but then Emirates has got like the showers, it's got better food. The suite's a bit more private, things like that. So they've all got their benefits and pros and cons and stuff. So yeah, I'm good, thanks, AK. Thanks. How you doing? I'm a bit chilly though, to be honest. Yeah, I had the heating on all day, trying to heat up. So Empire's saying, do PL people get any issues similar to how OA? Yeah, mate, they get a whole plethora of other issues. So people think, private label is going to you're not going to get IP claim. You're not probably going to get a North claim. You might do, but but you might. They're probably lower risk on those. But you get other problems like Chinese sellers coming in and trying to steal your trademark. Or I saw a story about someone in America where somehow a Chinese seller was able to transfer his trademark from the person to them, and then basically kick that original guy off all the listings. That took a year to resolve. You get, what was another issue? I know Adam had an issue where he created an original listing not under his brand, and then basically couldn't change the listing to his brand, and basically had to abandon the listing because it got swamped with Chinese sellers, and he wasn't able to kick them off. What other? Basically, unscrupulous sellers, I guess, just is the big one. They do all sorts of dirty tactics, like leaving you bad reviews. Once you get a bad review on your listing, there's nothing you can do. You could kill your listing forever. But obviously, if you get a competitor who sees your listing, they'll leave a fake 1-star review, to stop you selling. What other? I actually heard, I thought Amazon stopped doing this, but someone told me today that someone has been doing private label. I don't know what product it was. He's been selling it for a little while now. He sends in, 500, 1,000 units every single month. And his listing got deleted for no reason. And Amazon had basically stolen his product idea, not the actual physical product, and then now created their own listing under their own brand, and so obviously selling it for way cheaper than he could ever get it. So they hijacked private label brands. They were known for doing this a lot in the past. Actually, I thought they'd stop doing their own private label, but apparently not. So These are all the issues you get with private label. So, yeah, and then I know, right? There's a story. I mean, I've seen multiple stories of this, but I thought they stopped doing it. To be fair, but there was one where basically this guy made a really nice camera bag, and it cost like £100, $100, whatever. It was a premium camera bag, built really good quality and stuff like that. And Amazon basically ripped off the design. It looked identical, but obviously it was crapper quality, and was selling it for like $30. And obviously the end consumer doesn't really know the difference. They just see these things look exactly the same, and obviously they were trying to fight Amazon on this thing. So and that obviously hurt their business until I think like it got public, and I think Amazon backed off on it. But and then wholesale wise, you can run into issues. Like I know another guy who bought a pallet. He's been selling this product for a little while, I think. He restocked a new pallet of this product. I won't say what product it is. They spent 11 grand on the stock on this pallet. Gets it sent to the warehouse, and they go to create the shipment, and there is listings restricted now. So it went from being fine for years, I think, is now restricted, and the guy's now got a pallet of these products, 11 grand's worth. He's going to have to eBay them one at a time. It's going to take like 5 years to sell. So there are issues that I'm really not selling Amazon right now. It definitely makes me realize that maybe going deep on products necessarily might not be a good idea. Maybe casting a wider net and not going like super deep on a product. Because there's those risks involved. And the problem is with this product this guy had, like, what do you do? At that point, you have to try and eBay it, or maybe you just sell it. I think probably the best bet is like literally sell it in bulk to market store sellers and stuff, and just sell it for like a loss. Just get rid of it in bulk and just find like 5 or 10 marketplace. Someone, I don't know, what do you do with all this stuff really? So if Amazon kick you off listing, because Amazon's the main place to sell this stuff where the big sales loss is. So if you've got thousands of products and you can't sell them on Amazon, it's going to take you ages to sell them on eBay unless you literally kill the price. So fun times anyway. That's the answer there, Empire, on that one. So you get different problems. And this is just what I hear. I don't even do it myself. This is what I've just been told by a few people. So MTC saying Amazon lost 93 units 2 months ago, still not refunded. Keep chasing. They also lost a Lacoste perfume. I'm still chasing. They keep telling me about 60 days or 60 days. Oh god, yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolute pain in the ass. This is where you probably need a company like Seller Repay. Link in my Discord for that. If you do sign up, please use my link. But they can try and they're experts at actually like chasing these refunds, know all the right stuff to say, which is why I use them, to be fair, because I can't be dealing with all that stuff. Myself, it's too much hassle to be chasing this kind of thing. So 8K saying I'm doing PL, a seller complaint that is inauthentic. Now submit the documents, hope they update. Yeah, they accept it. Yeah, so I guess people can claim your items that your own brand are inauthentic. Ridiculous. So MTT says, apart from Prostitute, what do you use for OA sourcing? So I use Arbisource. Again, link for that in the description. You get 30% off your first month and a 7-day free trial. I'm hopefully going to be doing a giveaway as well for Arbisource. So, check that out. What else do I use? I use that for Gogeta, sourcing. Other than that, my main sourcing method was newsletter sourcing. So just like signing up to all the newsletters, seeing when the sales come on, reviewing the sales, manually. Just doing that basically. There wasn't rocket science. It's pretty much it. And obviously VAs do the same thing. There's other sourcing methods like I'm basically done every single sourcing method except Keeper Product Finder. It's like the only one I never did. It's actually probably the most powerful one as well. Brad's an expert on, does this. Don't know if you're an expert, Brad, but so that's what those are kind of like the methods I suppose I use apart from the Keeper Product Finder. So, newsletters is good. Essentially, the newsletters are really just telling you where the sales are. And then you learn when the sales, you learn about the sales cycles. Like Notino is a great example. They're always doing sales on perfumes, and sometimes there's a really good sale on, especially like between summer and Christmas, like when they kind of like clear all the stock, getting ready for all the new stock that comes with Christmas. There were some killer deals on there, that happened for like a day or two, actually just a day, I think. Trying to think this year. Yeah, where basically you can get like really good deals on perfumes. Now, obviously, you can't buy them in crazy volume, but, you can get a decent number of them. But yeah, so. And then just to follow up, what newsletters you sign up to. Basically, you just got my VA to sign up to loads of them. So a great thing you can do, by the way, is, and I'll put the link in here quickly for you. This is exactly what I did, by the way. People ask me, what is a site list? Okay, I'm not saying use the software, don't use it. But here, go to this link here. There's a list of 670 websites there. So don't use Tactical Arbitrage. It's mainly US based, but there's a list of 670 sites there. There you go. Sign up to newsletters. Do it yourself, or there's also SalesGazer, which is free. I don't know how many sites they cover. I never actually used it myself, but it's a free software. But there you go. So they've actually got more sites in the UK now. They do USA actually, but there's a site list for you. So, and then you'll realize, I mean, it's a lot, and then you'll realize like where you find your most success, depending on what category you source, where you're health and beauty, toys, whatever. And you'll realize some of them are just rubbish, like Lego.com. Like, I don't know a newsletter from Lego.com, maybe it's a good one, I don't know. But there's some ones on there where every newsletter is just trash, and you can just unsubscribe. And you'll start noticing some of the good ones. But yeah, it takes time to push through, really. So Jacob said you don't drink any alcohol. I remember that Friday. Look, I don't normally drink, so I certainly don't drink at home. But every now and then I will treat myself. And since I contributed towards that very expensive bottle of Grey Goose, I was going to drink my fair share. Actually, more than my fair share, I think. So, because I think Spence and Josh basically paid about £100 a drink. I think they had like 2 drinks. So, yeah. Good luck suing Amazon. Yep, you play it. Yeah, Amazon is Amazon's rules, basically. So, dirty Amazon, dirty sellers, more issue. Can't do anything about it. Making money isn't easy. No, it's not. Look, whenever something's very easy, everyone flocks into it. So, and Amazon is easy, to be fair. There's a lot of people flock into it, but it's got its like quirks and hassles. So you need to accept that, but there's plenty of money to be made as well. So it's annoying, but you learn as you go. So we've had a lot of new users into the Discord community, actually, which is pretty awesome. How many people are still watching? Are you guys still interested in what I'm doing? So apparently we've still got 37 viewers, which is pretty sick. So I do appreciate you all being on here. If you've got any more questions, do let me know. But yeah, hopefully you find that Tactical Arbitrage link useful, by the way. So, yeah, you want to make an... I've got one here, Brad. You can... do you want me to send you one? There you go. Nope. There you go. Yeah. I don't know if I like the Amazon expert bit on that. I should have just done FBA Mogul. It feels a bit... what's the word? I can't think now. I'm too tired. Arrogant to put Amazon expert on there. Hey, Thomas. How's it going? I think you messaged me, right, Thomas? Let me have a quick look now. I'm assuming you're the same Thomas. Sorry, I was chilling when you sent that stuff. So if you've got an ASIN you want me to look at, just to double check or whatever, you can DM it to me. No problem. So Thomas, what was I looking at on this one to make sure it's okay? I can't remember now. So I'm just looking at this, basically trying to see if it's IP. Obviously, I'm not going to mention the brand, but yeah, I wouldn't sell this one because I need to look into it, but it looks like the actual brand itself sells this product. So if you go onto a product and let's say it's a Lego product, and Lego.com are the seller, then that's pretty much a sure sign that it's IP. So with this one here, because I think you're basically worried about one seller being on this listing, and it looks like that seller, which I won't mention, or maybe we can, I don't know, looks like it owns this brand. I'm not 100% sure. Let's double check, but yeah, it looks like it does. So I'll probably avoid that. I'll have a proper look later, but on my just very brief check there, looks like it's going to be an IP claim on that one, so I'd probably avoid. I'll double check though, because maybe sometimes sellers put like a very similar sounding name to the brand to try and throw people off. So I need to be careful on that one. But Hopefully you're finding the community useful though, Thomas. Yeah. But thanks for joining us, by the way. What have we got here? Total fees. Oh, maybe there's a bug on the fees. I'm not sure. Someone mentioned it earlier. So, yeah, health and wellness stuff sounds very. Yeah, exactly. So, just always good to be careful in this kind of thing. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions, I'm happy to stay on for a little bit longer. Unless you guys are bored of me or not, I don't know. But this stream has been extraordinarily successful. You guys have, you guys make the stream really, so by asking the questions and participating. So I do appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions, I can help you with Amazon or whatever, Dubai or life or business, all ears. Happy to hang out for a little bit longer. But so regular schedule is going to be. I'm not going to do Wednesday this week. I don't think. Well, maybe I'll jump. I'm not sure. Probably a bit close. But next week it'll be back to usual Monday and Wednesdays. I need to start maybe thinking like I normally do sourcing session and a Q&A session. I'll probably go back to that kind of like thing, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, if you guys are interested in writing any blog posts for me, let me know. DM me. I'm not sure if any of you are blog writers though. I mean, I just use ChatGPT for a lot of it, but yeah. But you can't do that with me though. So Thomas is saying, what were you doing in Dubai? I was just there for sort of a holiday, just a change of scenery. I also wanted thinking about moving there as well. So just kind of like looking and seeing, do I want to move there? What's it like to live there? So, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, I might be considering it, but that's essentially, it. MTT says ordered 254 units from Kogita supplier, only sent 54 units. Raise the claim with Kogita, have picture of the box, what happens next? Yeah, so MTT, actually, there was just an announcement, actually. If you look in my group and go to Kogita chat, at MTT, I can't actually see because I'm on streaming mode. But yes, Charlie just announced that, who's the Kogita rep, that basically all claims will be processed within 24 hours, as long as you provide all those documents, so the pictures and things like that. Basically, it'll be resolved within 24 hours. So you should, this time tomorrow, have it resolved. But yeah, that's in the Kogita chat. Just scroll up very slightly, you'll see there. So that's pretty awesome. But it's one of the big things they've been working on is getting these claims sorted faster. So yes, you should be all good there, mate. But yeah, so Mr. R saying, what category should I register trademark in PL for in order to list on more categories products? None of them are going to help you with that one. A trademark's not going to help you list in more categories. If you want to do private label, you need to register the trademark I can't remember what it's called now. The trademark, like whatever it's called, in this correct one that you're selling for. So if you're selling like a kitchen knife block, it needs to be, I don't know, kitchen utensils or whatever it'll be, so you need to register it in the correct one. But yeah, there's no way that's going to help you sell in more categories really, that's not really how it works. But yeah, so no problem, MTT. Yeah, hopefully it should be done within 24 hours now, so that's all good. By the way, it could come in multiple packages. They could have just done 200 in one, 54 in the other. So we'll see, But yeah, I'll be interested to know what you ordered. Do you want to DM me? Because I recently ordered something from a Romanian wholesaler as well. So yeah. So Neil saying, what's the minimum ROI profit SPM you'd look for on an item? I'm a UK seller. Hey Neil, thanks for joining us. Minimum ROI, as a general rule, I would say 30% is pretty much a good rule of thumb for you to look at. Profit-wise, again, as a rule of thumb, £2 to £3 profit is probably, again, what I'll be looking at. Now, let's say I find a product where I can sell 1,000 of them a day, and I can make 5% ROI, and I can make £1 per product, and I can make £1,000 profit a day, 5% ROI. I'm going to do it, But as a general rule, as a beginner, pretty much those kind of like rules, 30% ROI, £2 to £3 profit, pretty much is a good like safe figures. SPM wise, anything over 50 per month, but it all depends, by the way. And actually, it was a good question because someone asked this earlier, actually, was asking about lower SPM items. So SPM, obviously, it's very important to look at these things. A minimum 50 SPM is generally a pretty good rule of thumb, unless you're making like big profits. But the more important thing to look at is how many other sellers are on that listing at a competitive price. So let's say there's an item for $9.99. I'm basically looking at how many sellers are within that kind of price range between like I don't know, $9.99 and maybe within 10 or 20p or whatever of $9.99. And then tally up those numbers. Let's say it's 50 sales per month on this listing, and there's 5 sellers all within that kind of price range. So that it's going to be essentially be 50 SPM divided by 5 sellers. So each seller pretty much is going to get 10 sales per month. As a sort of general rule, it's not actually how it works, but it's a general kind of rule. That's kind of how it's going to be divided up. Now, if you come on and be the 6th seller, then you're going to get like 8.33 sales per month or whatever it is. But yeah, that's what you need to look at basically. So it's not just the SPM, it's also how many people are on the listing. You might find a product that sells 1,000 a month, but there's 100 people on listing, in which case you're all going to get like 10, at all the same price. You're all going to get like 10 sales per month, whatever the math is on it. I don't know. I can't even do the math. I'm so tired. But as a general rule, that's kind of like, it gives you a good guideline. What to look for basically. So, but I used to sell things that sold 5, 10, 15 SPM, but I was making 20, £30 profit per unit. So I was happy to kind of make that on those slower sellers. But I wouldn't be, if I wouldn't be jumping on that listing if I was only making £2. It's not worth it. The other thing you can look at as well is, and that's what I tell my VAs as well, is I want to make a minimum amount of profit per month. So for me, it's probably around £50 now. So for you, it'll be less. I tend to go for better products now, basically. But you want to be looking at, okay, can I make £3? So let's say you want to make £30 per month per listing. You need to be, saying, okay, this thing sells for 10 per month. That's going to be my share of the sales, and I'm going to make £3 per unit, so that makes £30. So that's another way you can look at it as well, is how much you can actually make per listing per month. Once you factor in all the other sellers. So in order to shampoo, shampoo is a good one to go for. So how many sellers should be on the listing so we know the brand isn't IP? There's no answer to that on 8K. It's too simplistic, unfortunately. There are listings out there with 100 people on because they all jump on and they get IP'd, So, being one seller on that, again, one seller is an indicator of private label, but not always 100%. You need to look at the price history on Keeper. You need to get that software, 8K. It's a good indicator of whether there's and you're looking for these sudden drops, essentially, where people have all been kicked off the listing at the same time. That is a really good way to basically figure out if something is private label or not. When are you going to get IP'd? Someone's going to head off now and work out. How dare you leave the stream and go and work out? No, it's all good. No, happy to help, mate. So I'll see you on the Discord and the next live stream as well, hopefully, and enjoy your workout, mate. Hey, Bokaj. I'm so tired. Bokaj, how's it going? You're still not good. I can't even read at this point. You're still going. I'm not too late, am I? No, I'm going to be gone for another maybe 10 minutes or so, 13 minutes. I'm pretty tired, to be fair. But yeah, thanks for jumping on, mate. I do appreciate it. It's good to have the good regulars on. So MTG saying, do you think the hard gate on Maybelline will ever be lifted? It has been in force since late Q4. I think I can still sell that brand. Let's find the Maybelline. Maybe I can't. Maybelline. It might be hard gated forever now. I'm not sure. Or it's difficult to say really whether the brand has like cracked down or I'm just going to say, I swear I can sell this brand. It's very hard to know. It could be a crackdown on the brand, or Amazon maybe crackdown for Q4. Or haven't I got the ace in here? So we'll look quickly. I swear I can sell this brand. Condition new. Yep, I can sell still. So I guess because I was ungated before, I can still sell that brand. But yeah, who knows? That make my account quite valuable. I don't know. I've got all these brands ungated. Yeah, there's no way to answer that. Hopefully it'll come back. But yeah, it's a difficult one, really. Yeah, hard gate for new sellers. There's a few like that, aren't there? I think, I'm trying to think. There's a few that are hard gated for new sellers. Yeah, that sucks. The fact that other people can sell though, and new people can't, makes me think like it might come back at some point. So, excuse me, when things normally get hard gated, everyone normally gets kicked off as well. So there is hope, I think, on that one. Yeah, so there is hope on it. But yeah, so it could come back. But obviously, the only people that know really are Maybelline and or Amazon. So yeah. So ungated on that brand might be account health, maybe. I don't think account health really affects that kind of stuff. I'm not sure. I would say MTT, just get rid of it and just get your money back and move on and start reinvesting your money. So, because you could be waiting forever. So, God, I'm tired. Sorry, the jet lag's kind of hitting me. Can you get jet lag on 4 hours time zone different? I don't know. But yeah, I would just get rid of it, get your money back, and start reinvesting that money into something else, basically. So yeah, definitely get your money back. Praying they don't kick us off. Got hundreds of units from them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a risk, I guess. Normally, a good way to look at these things is see what happened in USA. They tend to happen first, like with what was like Clinique and La Roche-Posay and was it the brand? La Roche-Posay and Vichy, what it's called, all got kicked off in USA, and then it filtered over to UK, except Clinique didn't. You can still sell Clinique, weirdly enough. So, yeah, that can tend to be a good indicator, and policies that Amazon do and new initiatives they do. Actually, someone sent me a thing earlier where they were asking about should they split their stock up as Amazon are recommending. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they showed me a screenshot, and Amazon were basically saying, I guess this person had like 100 units, let's say, for example, they were sending in. Amazon was saying, well, let's split this into 10 boxes and send it to 10 different prep centers, and we'll give you like £22 in fulfillment credit. I was like, oh, I've not even seen this before. Now, this came out in the USA. Obviously, USA is way bigger, costs a fortune to send stuff. You know, it's distant. In USA, you pay for distance. In the UK, we've just got one flat rate for pretty much everything, whether you're sending it next door or all the way to Scotland from like Cornwall. But yeah, they've started doing this, I guess, because Amazon, it costs them money to transfer stuff between warehouses. So if you can do it for them, then, you know, it could be interesting. Anyway, so that's a policy that trickled down. That tends to be a good way to see what's happening. Beggars were saying, I was going to ask about the flight. How do you find it so cheap? Was it lucky? No, it's just standard flight, mate, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just looked and there was flight, yeah. So if you transfer some, I mean, it's just reward flights. If you look on ba.com, you can look at reward flights. You can search by reward flights. There's also like Seat Spy, another place you can look as well. There's a few of these reward flight things, but yeah, I'm pretty sure like 710 is the pretty standard price for a ticket, and then I think the points basically just upgrade you to the first class. So as far as I'm aware, that's a pretty standard price to get to Dubai. I don't know. It's only like an 8-hour flight, so it's not going to be more than £800, is it really? I don't think so. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty standard cost. Any problems with Kogita? They bumped me for £200. What do you mean for bumped you? I don't know what that means. Trying to elaborate. I mean, Kogita's pretty awesome. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong. They're trying to work on the issues. But yeah, overall pretty good. There's definitely some issues that have risen recently, which I won't go into until we actually hear about what's happened. But 99% of everything there is great. So, but I'm not sure what you mean by bumped you for £200. Let me know. Is that a good thing or I don't know what you mean by that. MDTs, how's your sales going the last 4 days? I'm literally I'm negative this month because I've been clearing some stock that I had to clear before it bricks even more. So I've not actually really started looking at Amazon again, so I need to get back onto that. Today was basically like VAT day, sorting out the VAT things. Need to get back on it, but right now I'm probably negative like £1,000 on Amazon. So yeah, clearing some bad stock that was going to get even worse, but fortunately I managed to restock it at a better price. So It should be good when the new stock arrives. So I'm taking a little pain now, but it should pay off in the future. But yeah, I saw the way that this was going, and I was like, I'd rather take the £1,000 loss now than a £3,000 loss later, whatever it is going to be. So yeah, pretty bad so far. Brad's looking to buy it. Sure, some people are interested. Yeah, exactly. So the tricky thing there, I guess, is going to be the invoices. Now, I don't know. In theory, you do have the supplier. So, excuse me. Sorry, guys. God. Yeah, so in theory, you should be okay, but I've not actually seen how an auth claim's gone when you bought it from another seller. It should, in theory, be okay because you can go up the supply chain, but all the way back to Notino, so you should be okay, but it is a tricky situation. Test it out for us, Brad. So I'm having to log into Seller Central and enter 2FA code every time. Yeah, everyone's having that issue, mate. Yeah, I don't know. It's really bad, actually, because you can actually even do some actions before it asks you the code. Like, you can, when you're doing a reimbursement, it actually lets you do the reimbursement. Then when you navigate away, it asks you for the code. So they've totally messed up the two-factor authentication. It's actually a massive security issue. But yes, yeah, Brad, it'd be supplier. In theory, and the problem is it's theory, it should be fine. You know what Amazon's like, though. So, yeah. It's a tricky one. But yeah, that issue is for everyone, basically. So, right, I'm going to wrap this up at past. But, my bill. There we go. I spent a lot of money on my phone in Dubai. I think 180 quid. But yeah, so I think they just sent me the bill. Yeah, supplier. I mean, pretty much, yeah. It's the way Amazon are going, isn't it? They'll even ask the brand, like, where did you get the products of this from? You know, and you're like, well, we sourced the titanium from a mine in South Africa or whatever, and they'll be like, well, what's the name of the guy who dug it up? And you have to go back and find whatever. Yeah, it's just like, obviously stupid example, but it's just ridiculous, really. But yeah, so all the way back to God, I suppose, if you believe in God. Yeah. Diddy's saying items never arrived, sent photos, we've got to add the shipping label. So items never arrived, sent photos, we've got to add the shipping labels. Had the photos, but they closed the case and refused to reopen it. So that's the end of it. Oh, that's not good. Why don't you DM in my group, go to Gogeta chat, you've got Charlie there, okay? Just DM him or at him in there, and he'll hopefully look into it for you, okay? It's the first time I've ever heard of something happening there, so do that basically, mate. Get into the group and just at Charlie, or basically probably DM is probably best, and go from there. So, but yeah, that's not good, mate. So, yeah, that's not good at all. So, yeah, weird. So, what does the shipping say? Forgot to add shipping. I don't know what you mean. Yeah. So, yeah, on Discord, mate. Yeah, you're on my Discord community, right? So, what's your Discord name? I'll tag you, and then yeah. So, what does the tracking say? Does it say not delivered, or what was going on? Yeah. So MTTs, is this bad stock? Is this bad stock beauty products that you're clearing? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it is. It's beauty products. I made some bad buys for Q4. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. And there's one particular product that was really hyped up for Christmas, and then it's just ever since then it's gone down massively. So I had like 400 units left over, and I'm losing about £2.50 per unit. I made a few mistakes on this listing, quite a few mistakes on that listing. One of them was like trying to hold out for the best price, which is a big mistake. I should have just taken the profit that I could have made at the time. But yeah, that was a mistake. And then I did okay on it. I probably broke even on the products overall, so it's all right. So, but yeah, Dilly, what's your Discord name? Sorry, I don't know. Like sometimes it's hard to. Put your Discord name in the chat and I'll tag you. But yeah, there's a Gogeta chat section. So, Mogul, do you know anyone who got authenticity complaint and submitted the brand registration documents, got I've not even heard of that, to be honest. No. So my private label knowledge is pretty limited. It's all theoretical. So I've not done it myself. Just all here saying what I've heard from other people. On that situation, I don't know. In theory, it should be fine because you're the brand owner. So you can send them your brand certificate and say, well, I am authenticating this stock. So in theory, you should be absolutely fine. In theory. So what would you do different in Q4 2025 versus Q4 2024? That's a tricky one, really. I would maybe not. God, it's a tricky one. It's like sometimes you go too deep on a product, and you're stuck with it. But other times you don't buy enough, and then you wish you had more. So I don't know, really. Like maybe not go as deep on. I don't know. But then I was gonna say don't go as deep on some products, but then other ones I ran out of stock, so I wish I'd gone deeper. So probably I would maybe get into toys more. I was literally 100% health and beauty, perfumes, aftershaves. Maybe I would try and get into just maybe cast me a wider net, get into toys as well. But I kind of avoided them this year. I would aim to just churn the stock. Just take whatever profit I can get. Don't be holding out. Holding out is good on your price when you've got 10 units, right? It ain't good when you got 1,000 units or 500 units. You need to be taking the profit you can get. And there was a particular item where, I got the lead from someone else. They said, hey, buy these. They're good. And they said, hey, hang on for this price. And the price was suppressed. We waited and we waited and waited. The price has never recovered. And then before you know it, we're scrambling to sell the stock. So I could have made some okay money on it. And in the end, I probably just broke even on it. So yeah, that's probably... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Yeah, I need to have a proper think about maybe what I'd change about Q, what I'd change. So they asked for photos on the labels on boxes when they arrive, but you forgot to add them. But they didn't arrive, mate, did they? So how can you take photos of the boxes? You're saying it didn't arrive, right? So I don't know. I'm so confused here, but yeah. I'll tag you anyway, and you can just do it in here. G-Man 2023, cool. And then Charlie. Oops, that's Charlie. Akagita. Here you go. You can ask Charlie about it. There you go, mate. I've tagged you in there in the Quiggy chat. So yeah, look in the Discord, guys. Take advantage of the Discord community. You've got, we've got a direct line to Spence, who owns Profit Sweep. If you've got questions there, we've got direct line to Kogita. We've got Charlie, who's a Kogita rep. We've got the RB Source guy in there as well. We've got Sam from Outsource Central. So, and obviously we've got loads of helpful members as well. So take advantage of the group. It's a fantastic community. Plus there's loads of giveaways as well. Yeah, no problem, mate. Okay, I'm going to bed soon as well myself. So for toys, you need to stock up throughout the year. For Q4, you definitely can do, yeah. If there's really good deals on, then obviously the problem is your capital's tied up. So you need to factor in, is it worth holding and where you're going to put it as well. So these are all things you need to consider, like what you're going to do with the stock. And are you going to have that money sat? Did you buy something in January to sell it in December just to make 30% ROI? It's probably not worth it. I don't know, because you could have churned that money 2 or 3 times. Even if it was at 20%, if you do that 3 times, that's 60%. It's more than that, but yeah. So it's a tricky one, really. But then if you've got pots of money and loads of space, and you want to stock up hundreds of £1,000s worth of toys, but still got money to buy the stuff, potentially could be interesting. It's a difficult one, really. So yeah. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute anyway. Last question here, and I'm going to be going. So I'm tired as well, but I do appreciate you guys coming on. But yeah, so I'll see you later, Brad, anyway. Yeah, have a good evening, mate. Do you make more from Amazon or affiliates? Munga Mid is asking. So last year actually was pretty, I'd say pretty even, actually, I think. But I think it was a bumper month for affiliate, a bit bumper year for affiliates. So yeah, it's actually pretty even, but it was skewed by one particular company, let's put it like that. So if back to normal, it'll be way more for Amazon than it is affiliates. So it was actually more than I ever expected, to be fair. But yeah, so the affiliates add up, but they take a long time to add up. So, but yeah, this is why I do the group for free though, and everything for free, because the affiliates pay for it. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. you get my knowledge, and hopefully I get a small kickback on the software. And if you're successful on Amazon for my knowledge, then I'll get, you'll use the software for several months or years, and that's good for me. It's no good for me if you sign up for a software and use it for 1 month, then I get nothing basically. So this is the system that I like, really. So, but yeah, so last year it was about even, I think, ish. Yeah. Speaking of giveaways with an MacBook or PC, I'll probably stick to doing that once a year. At Christmas, probably. No guarantees. But yeah, so I'm giving away a lot, though. I'm doing, like, I don't know. It's going to be probably... I give away more than paid groups, actually, to be honest. So, I obviously did that announcement in my group where I'm doing... I'm going to do some sort of software or service every month. I'm going to give away. We're also doing the sort of success giveaway as well. I'll be doing other giveaways. So, yeah, that'll be awesome. But, yeah, at the end, there might be a big one. Cool. So, yeah, thanks, Winger. Yeah, I think it's the best way, to be honest. So I may do paid mentorship. I keep getting asked literally all the time. I've been resistant to it. I feel like I'm leaving money on the table, but maybe I'll do it at some point. But saying that, I like the free model. So, but if someone wants to pay me for mentorship, then I guess I'm silly not to take it. But you can get it all for free by just coming onto these chats, can't you? So maybe not the specifics, I suppose. But yeah. So, but no, it's been pretty good for me. So way better than I ever thought. Yeah, can't complain really. So, but it just shows you, I guess, like if you just do what I do and be honest and just talk about your experiences and share the knowledge, then it pays off, I suppose. So I recommend, by the way, everyone just replicate what I'm doing. So either on Amazon or other things, other niches you might do. It works pretty well. So, okay, free the way to go. Yeah, community image. Yeah, I think I like it. It's good. I like the free model for some reason. So it's crazy, but I like it. I think long run it's going to pay off more than maybe doing like a paid group. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Final one then. MTT. Do you fund your giveaways using tap vouchers? No. Need to look into that. Yeah, there might be a good way to do it actually. Yeah. Yeah. I've not really thought about maximizing the best. I definitely made some mistakes in the last MacBook giveaway. I bought it too early and it went down by £100. So I could have just bought it from Amazon, and I had to pay shipping as well. So whereas I could just got it from Amazon, shipped it direct from Amazon to the winner, and saved myself £100 and shipping. So yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So but no, when I give away things, I just buy it from Amazon, I guess. But I've not really thought about a better way to do it, to be fair, where I could save some money. Yeah, I need to think about that actually. Okay, last one that Matt Fish and I'm going, guys, because I'm really tired. I need to go to bed. Definitely best way. Sometimes pay groups feel like the info's forced to keep you paying. Yeah, could be. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Matt. I do appreciate that. So trying to keep it going, and keep providing you guys good like knowledge and keep it all honest and trying to give you more value. That's what I'm trying to say. So I've doing the guides, the blogs, the videos, the live streams, just going to give you as much value as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Munga. Pressure on the community owner not to provide all the content. The community can grow. Exactly, yeah. Community is brilliant. The community is fantastic. Got some fantastic people in there. Everyone's very helpful. That's the main thing as well. So yeah, so people can come in. Everyone's very helpful and welcoming, and that's really amazing, to be honest, about the community. So yeah, it's growing nicely as well. It's pretty awesome. A few spammers that come in I have to kick out every now and then, but overall pretty awesome. So yeah, thanks guys. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap that up now. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm quite tired. So I might not even eat dinner actually. I'm just too tired. But yeah, so and I'll be up again tomorrow, and who knows when I'll do my live. Maybe I'll do one more this week, maybe on Thursday, and then I'll be back to the usual schedule next week. Thanks guys anyway for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's been a fantastic stream, a really successful stream actually. Just to give you the stats, we had 125 views. We had I think 39 concurrent viewers at one point, something like that, which is pretty awesome as well. So pretty, consider that a smashing success. It's all down to you guys. Thanks very much anyway, and I'll see you